So, dear learners, in this video we will be discussing about the implementation issues. It's clear. So, in the previous class videos are concerned, we concentrated on the design part is concerned. Is it clear? So, after design we will go for the implementation. Implementation is also a part of our software process model activities are concerned. Okay, that is requirement analysis. After requirement analysis we will go for design, and immediately after design we will be combine that design with what? The implementation. So, basically implementation means it is going to deal with the coding part. So, here this is the heart of the development of our software is concerned, where we are going to convert our design into what? The coding, that is programming part. Is it clear? But most of the time as we discussed with respect to the activities like requirements analysis and design is concerned. So, there are so many different concepts and approaches which we have discussed. But with respect to implementation or programming is concerned actually, so there is no specific kind of the concept, okay, or any kind of rules regulations which have not been implemented, okay, for the programming part is concerned. Because normally in our software engineering, programming means when I am talking about the programming, it's a kind of individual skill set. Is it clear? The person who is supposed to write a program, it depends on, okay, how strong he is in that particular programming language, how strong he is in his logical thinking, okay, how he is what about means about his expertise, okay, in writing the code, okay, his analytical capability. So, all these things normally matters, okay, especially the programming language, its syntax, constructs are concerned, okay, how strong that particular person in using all those techniques here. Okay. So, that is why with respect to programming is concerned, so there is no a particular set of methodology has been defined here. Okay. But apart from that, see there here in this particular implementation issue is concerned. So, here our focus is not on the programming here, because just now I told that programming is it depends on the individual skill set. Okay. But other than this particular programming is concerned, there are many other issues that we need to deal with this implementation is concerned. Okay. So, there are three different issues that we are supposed to discuss here. One is issue with reuse, second one is configuration management, and third one is host target development. Okay. So, the first issue is what? The reuse. Reuse in sense what here? As far as possible, whenever we are writing the program, okay, rather than writing the program from the scratch level or from the beginning, okay. So, here the suggestion is always we need to try to make use of the existing code here, so that we can save the time, we can save our effort, okay, everything. So, that is called the reuse. And another one is configuration management. So, once we start developing the software, that is writing the program, okay, it will be go on changing, so that a different versions will be coming out with our many of the components will be frequently they will be getting changed with different versions, that we need to keep track of that. That is called as what? The configuration management. And similarly another important issue is host target development. Okay. So, here what happens, the system on which we are developing a software is called host normally, okay, and the system on which we are using that particular software is called what? The target. But here the scenario here is both may not be the same system. Okay. Normally what happens, we will be developing our software on one particular system, and tomorrow we will be using that particular, or we are running that particular software on another system. So, both system may be different. Is it clear? So, that issue is called as what? Host and target development. Okay. So, in this particular video we will be focusing on the issue reuse here. Okay. So, reuse means just now we told that. Okay. So, we should try to reuse the existing programming code rather than writing our own code every time. Okay. So, in our software development is concerned around 1960 to 1990, most of our software were developed with from the scratch, means they developed their own writing their own programs from the beginning level, from the scratch level. Okay. But later what happened, after 1990s till date, if you come across, whenever you will start developing any software or if you start writing the program for any of the components or any system there, okay, so most of the code will be get exist. Okay. So, that we need to search here. which part of my software is readily available here, which component is readily available. Is it clear there? So if you start doing that, then automatically it will be directly affecting the cost of the software and what the schedule means. Automatically my overall time taken to develop the software will be get reduced, or I may get some of the components which are readily available, okay, for which no need to write the programming, okay, that can be made available as commercially they might be available with some other company with low cost, okay. So all such things will be what possible there, okay. So that's the reason that nowadays this reuse of existing software has emerged as one of the important issue over here, okay. And see there what are all the different levels we can make this reuse, okay. So the reuse can be done at the abstraction level. At the abstraction level, in the sense what, here we are not directly reusing the software code, that we are not doing that here. We are not directly reusing the software code, but here we are reusing the knowledge of that, knowledge of successful abstractions, okay, which we have used for the previous software design, okay. If that is the case, then it is called as what, abstraction level. See, normally for example, to understand it in a very simple way, see, for example, say if you are writing a letter to your principal or HOD, okay, normally what you will do, you will take one previous letter which we have written, okay. So it is not just for the simply copying as it is there. So it will help you to get an idea of how this particular letter format should be, okay. What is the outer layout of that particular letter that you are supposed to draft, okay. So this is how that knowledge will be get reused here. Is it clear? That is at what, abstraction level. And second one is at the object level. Object level means actually here directly we are going to reuse the objects which are readily available in the libraries, okay. It means that we might have defined the objects. See, for example, say our approach is object oriented design and implementation to develop the software, okay. So the similar type of objects have been already defined and implemented, and which have been kept at readily available in the libraries. Those objects can be what, reused. So automatically you will save the time in identifying those objects, okay, defining the objects of that attributes and implementing those operations, everything that time you can save here. And another reuse level is the component level. Component means actually it's a group of objects. See, there is a collection of what, multiple objects. So the whole component itself might be reused. See, for example, say when I am talking about a college automation software, see there, if already the attendance software is available, okay, which is the part of my college automation software, that you can readily use it. So why you are once again writing or spending your time and you are putting your effort to write the program for this one, okay. So that should not happen. The whole component will be get reused. Is it clear here? And the finally at the system level, okay, the whole system might be reused. See, for example, say that college automation software is developed for one degree college, imagine, okay. The same can be taken with little bit modification that can be applicable to an engineering college. The only thing is both are institutions. The only thing is there might be a slight difference between the operational conditions, the environment in which these two colleges are what, operating. The procedures may be little bit different. So other things are what, same, okay. So at that time we can say, we can take the same existing software, and with little bit or a little bit of modification we can convert and we can adopt it to what, some other organization, okay. So like that this reusability can be done at different levels, like abstraction level, object level, component level, and what, the system level is concerned. And with respect to cost is concerned, normally, okay. So here whenever you want to apply this reuse, then you have to spend some amount of time to search for such kind of reusable components at the object level or component level are available or not, okay. Then automatically it requires some time for that, for which we need to spend what, some amount there. At the same time the cost of buying the reusable software, okay. Assume that we have identified one component which is required for your software. So at that time, if you are not going to develop on your own, then if you want to buy this component, why? Because this component has been developed by some other company, okay. You have to pay the money for them, and you should purchase this particular software, okay, because you want to reuse this component in your software, in your system. So for that you need to pay the money for that. So this is also comes under that particular reuse cost. Then another one is the cost of adopting and configuring, okay. Most of the time what happens, if any component is available for reuse, suddenly that component may not be exactly matching with your requirements. Is it clear there? See, when I am talking about the attendance component in our college automation software, okay, that attendance component may not be matching exactly as per your requirements. Then sometimes you may need to make some sort of modifications and other changes, okay, to adopt that particular existing component into your software there. Okay, for that also you need to pay some money for that. That comes under what? The cost of adopting and configuring, and finally you need to spend some money for what? That is cost of integrating the reusable software. Integrating means actually here, okay, when you are developing your software, then this particular component is readily available, that should be get integrated with your own developed components. Okay, that is what required here, because it is not possible simply to integrate one ready-made component with your own developed component so easily. Why? Because the environment that you might be using to develop your own component may be different from what the environment that other company might have used to develop that ready-made component. Then automatically there may not be a compatibility. Is it clear? Because they are from two different sources. Okay, so at that time once again you need to what? Put a cost for integrating such kind of reusable software with your existing software, or the newly components that you are planning to develop, okay, with that existing one. Is it clear there? Okay, so this is all about what the issue of reuse in case of what you call that implementation issue is concerned. Okay, thank you.